So looking at this little Wolverine on my shelf that I still have from when I was a kid, one of my favorite things about Wolverine was, but this is from a toy standpoint, his weapons were hidden and could pop out of his hands. So there's no threat of losing the weapon or the sword or the lightsaber. And that is carried on to an adult. I cannot pass up a Wolverine figure when I see this guy on shelves. Is this the best Wolverine figure of all time? I have 5 Wolverines to go through, from Mezco to Mafex or Mafex, and 3 Marvel Legends. So we will look at all my Wolverines today on Toy Games. Please hit the bell and like it, subscribe. Let's get my ass into that algorithm. I'm never in that. Let's do it. I'm searching for the answer for this algorithm nonsense. So let's have fun. Hey! Oh! Games! Games! Before we do the comparison, let's take a look at the figure himself. A lot of it resembles the cel-shaded Wolverine. Comes with regular fisted hands. I like how the blue is sort of muted blue. It's not really bright. It has like a, I don't know the exact color blue, but it's real matte and muted. I wish the trunks were like that. The trunks don't match that. I'm going to spray a matte spray on this guy. I also like the trunks come down. We're going to see why I like that compared to the other one. The trunks come down like he's wearing actual trunks and not underwear, and it's sculpted. It doesn't pick up that well, but it is raised off that leg. It's not just paint slather on there. What I don't like, this unmasked thing, it doesn't set down. You'd have to glue that down if you truly wanted him unmasked. So it's pretty much worthless. That cowl is kind of a worthless accessory. This head does look pretty good, but you get 2 heads and neither of them are angry or have a real screaming, pissed off, fighting something head. I hate that. And we'll get into that as well, because the first one I'm going to whip out is the cel-shaded Wolverine. I'm going to have them in very similar poses. I will say this. Man, this is going to be tough. This one pops. And he has an angry head. That angry masked head is... Let me get that out of the way. That's a Mezco accessory. This angry masked head is... Let me see if I can switch them heads. Let's have some fun here. That is a freaking deal breaker, kind of. Heads are the same size. So theoretically... Oh, baby. Oh, baby. It does have that stupid cel shading. Dude, this is... I'd rather have an angry head than just a normal head. Oh, baby. Skin tone doesn't really match, though. That could be an issue. So, I don't know. I do like my masked Wolverine to be more angry, because the dude's an angry little dude. He's only 5'3". He has anger issues. So that, I thought, for some reason I thought in my mind that the animated one was also that stoic head. But these are the same figure, basically, but those trunks are better on the new animated 97. And if you're not a fan of the cel shading, that's better too. So for right now, this is kind of a toss-up. Depending on what's more important to you. I do like these trunks. I don't like how these are like underwear. They are like underwear, rather. But I like this angry head. Man, I thought... Oh, wow, this is going to be interesting. So let's get him out of there. He's in the running for the better one. I know people don't like Mezco, or people do. There was a few reviewers that hated this figure. He is a little too tall for Wolverine. But I love this. I do really like this Mezco figure. He has a big, huge noggin, which that's just Mezco's shtick for some reason. I don't know why. They put big heads on comic characters. It doesn't happen with any other line in Mezco. But their comic book characters have huge noggins. But it is a badass Wolverine figure. Just figured I'd show you the figure. But the problem is, it's not a true toy. And it feels, when you even when you mess with them for too long, that belt will pop off, things go wrong. It's not something you could just play with. And that's why Mezco is good and bad. It's more of a just display piece, or taking a really nice fancy picture and then forgetting about it. And that's why he's out of the running. Because I like a true toy, if that makes sense. So this one I'm about to show you is a toy. And there's some things I really like about it. But there's one thing that is just freaking silly. And that is going to be the long claws. Why the hell? Those are like way too long. They don't have that curve. It's all about that slight curve. So it's not very accurate. I don't like how shiny and glossy the pauldrons are. I don't know why the tiger stripes are not black. A lot of things going against it. It is fun to mess around with. The hair is painted, however. Does have an angry head. I do like the exaggerated wings on the mask. But I still prefer this animated one. The next one is from I believe the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure wave. And this is the one that, for a lot of people, this is still their fave. And it's a damn good Wolverine figure. I don't prefer this orangey yellow, though. And even this is the same buck. So the bucks are all the same. I hate the claws. Look at it. They're all over the place. The claws are on like this articulated thing where they kind of move independently. And it sucks. Look at that. I don't like the weird orange. I don't like how the wings of the two Batmen kissing. I don't like how they're so close. I like them to flail out. So he's out of the running for a multitude of reasons now. I do like the angry head sculpt, though. Damn, that angry head sculpt, that's a real key for me. Oh, man. So, here's the deal. I love the blue. I love the trunks. I like that head. But I do like this 97 one. The 97 Wolverine is my favorite Wolverine by just a shade, literally a shade of the blue in those trunks. Because I can still have them in a good pose. But that angry head is the shit. And I'm going to dry brush them arms. I do like that one. Maybe that's why they didn't give us an angry head, because they did with the cell-shaded one. See, I'd rather have a stoic face portrait and an angry one than an unmasked one. That's just me personally, even though the unmasked one looks good. And here's that angry head. And here's he's pissed off, but he's not angry, okay? You know, for fun. For shits and giggles, that's what they call it. For shits and giggles, let's put this Mezco head on the, the ball doesn't fit. It's so, that should be a thing. When I become a toy ambassador, all ball joints for 6-inch figures will universally fit one another. Because I couldn't pop that Mezco head on there, unfortunately, because it's not the same ball joint. These companies act like we don't like to mess around with toys. It's silly. It's really silly. But there's the Mezco head sculpt up close. It's a nice-ass head sculpt. The head is just too big. Shade too big. And I didn't show you the Mafex or Mafex. Nice angry head. Here he is next to, I'm not going to show him next to like everything like last time, but here's next to Bishop. He's a little tiny dude. Perfect. And next to, the closest thing we have to an animated Jim Lee Sabretooth is the Diamond Select Sabretooth. So that was fun. I do really like him. I think you should go out to Target and look for the guy. I don't know if you need the UPC code. I'll do that. Like a real toy man. Little toy reviewer. That's the UPC code. Okay? Take care, have fun. That's my favorite one, X-Men 97.